The democratic center in our country is under attack from both the far left and the far right. On one side, there is still the Left Party, the successor to the SED, the party that oppressed people and denied them freedom for 40 years, and which today acts as if Putin were a reliable partner. And then, to put it figuratively, on the other side of the street, there is a party that stands in the tradition of the worst injustice our country has ever experienced in its history. We know that the European Union is a guarantee of prosperity, freedom, and peace in Europe. We want to remain in NATO. We know that things have become more difficult, that relations with the Americans have changed since Trump became president of the United States for a second time. But precisely because it has become more difficult, we want Germany to make an especially reliable contribution to preserving NATO. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we can be proud of our armed force, and we will not abandon it politically, because they safeguard the most important things we have: freedom and peace in Germany and in Europe. That is what the CDU stands for, and it is what we stand for in this federal state as well. Of course, we still face challenges, not only in external security, but also in internal security. Naturally, there are still many problems that we must solve. But we have not only tackled some of these problems, we have already made significant progress in resolving them. Take the issue of illegal migration. Do you remember how dominant this issue was 2 years ago? In every city council, every municipality, every district, everywhere, there were high numbers of migrants, and migration had become impossible to manage. Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers have decreased by 50%, from 26 to 25 compared to the previous year. Compared with the previous year, the figures have actually fallen by more than 60%. We are taking this problem very seriously now, and we are getting it under control. Let me say this clearly. Alexander Dobrindt is doing an outstanding job as Federal Interior Minister. He is addressing these problems in an impressive, calm, but highly consistent manner. We are solving the problems in Germany step by step, including those of illegal migration. And at the same time, we need migration in our labor market. Look at the hospitals. Look at the nursing homes. Look at many other areas where we have no choice but to be open to people who want to come to Germany and work here. We do not vilify these people. We welcome them in Germany, and we want them to work in Germany, to live in Germany, and to integrate into German society, ladies and gentlemen. That is our vision of an open, liberal, and free country, not isolation, discrimination, disparagement, or personal attacks. No, we want to be an open, liberal, and free country, and the people who want to come here and work are welcome. We want them to feel at home in Germany, to live here, and to integrate into our society. That is the CDU's response. We also want to extend this approach to as many countries as possible and combine our strengths within a European single market that already has 450 million inhabitants, 100 million more consumers than the United States. Dear friends, there is absolutely no reason for us to make ourselves seem smaller than we are when we stand together in Europe.
Liebe Freundinnen und Freunde, es gibt überhaupt keinen Grund für uns kleiner zu machen, als wir sind, wenn wir in Europa zusammenhalten.